Can you hear me?
Yep.
Good.
So, hi Adam, how are you?
Good, good. How's it going?
Yeah, so we are now good. It's good here. We're now live here on Facebook, and like I said, uh, not sure if a lot of them will come today, but maybe most of them will just watch the replay. But let's just get this going. And
Sounds good.
yep, for those of you who are already inside our Facebook group, feel free to add a comment. If you have some questions along the way, feel free to ask questions while Adam is here, and of course, we will ask him a lot of things about YouTube stuff. But if you will be watching the replay later on, don't worry. You can still ask questions, and maybe we will do our best to answer as well. So it's 9:58. We will officially start in 2 minutes. So how is it going, Adam?
Good, good, good. It's nice and hot here in Japan. It's about 30 degrees.
Yeah.
So it's a nice day, and yeah, just doing well. How about yourself?
Yeah, same thing here. We are, by the way, we are both in Asia. Adam is in Japan, and I'm here in the Philippines. And so maybe for some of you, it's already nighttime. So
Yeah, it's UK. It's I think in the UK it's what we now about 8 hours beforehand. So they're probably asleep.
okay.
UK or Europe maybe.
All right. So I guess we can now officially start. And like I said, if you're already inside our Facebook group, feel free to add a comment. You can say hi. But if you will be watching the replay, that's totally fine as well. I hope that even if you're watching the replay, you can still learn a lot of things from this live call today. So yep, I guess let's officially start right now. And our call today is about YouTube stuff. And so I brought here the master of, I can say the master of
Maybe.
YouTube. And he will introduce a lot of things about optimizing our YouTube channel, our videos and all that. And so I know that a lot of you have questions on video SEO and how things are working these days, because as we all know, technology is keep on changing. The video SEO that I learned like 5 years ago are no longer working today. Those ninja tricks that we thought are working before are no longer working. And so right now we have Adam here to answer all the questions that we may have about YouTube. So, but before that, let me just do a quick introduction of myself and Adam here. And of course, for you, you already know me. I'm a video guy. I came from a video creation background. I'm a professional video creator, especially in the video editing niche. And so some of you already enrolled in most of my courses about video creation, cinemagraphs, and all those related things that I released in the past. But right now, we also have this guy right here, Adam, who will be talking more about YouTube, because that is what he knows best. And I know a thing or two about YouTube, but my understanding are just limited. So I brought him here with me to discuss a lot of things about YouTube. And just a quick introduction of how I learned about Adam. I actually enrolled in one of his courses in the past called the Social Traffic Academy. It's a YouTube video ads course that do some ninja tricks on how to, how to turn your viewers into buyers or clients. And but that was a few years ago, and I came to learn that he's actually more on YouTube. And I also went over most of his programs, and they are really good. I learned a lot about video SEO. And what I like about Adam is that he's not just here to teach us something that works temporarily. He does not talk about a lot of ninja tricks that a lot of other gurus out there are teaching that will just work for like a month, and the next month it will no longer work. So what he will teach you is something that works for long term. And so I highly recommend that you really listen a lot about the things that he will say about YouTube, because again, these are not the super hype things like other gurus are doing, but these are something that really works for long term. And uh, what he will share you are something that can really help you for long term. So let me now give the floor to Adam, and I want him to introduce himself as well. And of course, it's a lot better if he will be the one to introduce himself, his experiences, and how he mastered the YouTube stuff and all that. So Adam.
Sounds good. Thank you for those kind words. So hello everybody that's watching the call, or if you're watching the replay, hello as well. I'm from the UK originally, but I've been living in Japan for about 20 years. I came here for 6 months, and that was 20 years ago. So I've been here a long time, and my background is not in marketing or video or business or any of that stuff. I was a teacher over here, and I was doing a master's degree in applied linguistics, and at the same time decided that I wanted to basically make more money. So I came online and did the usual, how do I make money online? And learned a lot of cool things, wasted a ton of money, spent a lot of time trying to figure stuff out, and eventually decided to focus on one thing. And that thing for me was video marketing. And it started with ranking YouTube videos, and then YouTube advertising, and then Facebook videos, and helping people out. And to cut a long story short, I've just been doing that ever since. And I found that by focusing on one thing and becoming as good as you can at one particular thing, it really helps with removing overwhelm and stress that kind of comes in if you're trying to do everything, because you can't be good at everything. Mm-hmm. It led to me back in 2015, I was invited to speak at an international conference in Tokyo. And I met some really cool big names in the industry. I was actually sharing a stage with a couple that taught the sales team of Ryan Dice and Frank Kern. Mm-hmm. So that was quite nerve-wracking because they spoke just before me. I was like, oh man, I've got to follow these guys. And I was really nervous. But although those were very successful people, they weren't particularly great when it came to my topic. Mm-hmm. So they were interested to learn about video marketing. And I remember asking the crowd, how many of you have watched a video on YouTube in the past few days? And everybody put their hand up. And then I asked, how many of you have made a video and put one on YouTube? And one person put their hand up. And there were so many reasons why they were scared of being on camera. They didn't like the sound of their own voice. They didn't know what to say, didn't know what to talk about, all these different reasons. But these were really successful people. Mm-hmm. So it just kind of proved to me that although there are people that are very good at one thing, they're not always good at the other thing. Mm. And yeah, just to cut a long story short, I've made courses. I run a membership site. I've got softwares that I've not developed myself because I'm not technical, but I've had developed, run Facebook groups, and through that, like, I've got to know you, Chuck, and we've kind of spoken on Facebook a lot. I've seen a lot of your products that are really good quality, and yeah, you've seen some of my stuff, and it kind of snowballed, I guess, from there.
And yeah, just to add something about what Adam said, compared to other folks out there who are releasing, apps after apps, like every month, and after a few months, they will just leave the app that you bought from them. What Adam is doing here is somewhat, that's why we really resonate with each other, because we are more on building courses. We are not that kind of, building apps every month or so. We are more on building courses, because we do believe that teaching your skill is something that can work for long term, unlike what other guys are doing, which is actually building some like called the shortcut. They say that if you will get this app, it will do these things magically, and then after just a few hours you will get a lot of money. And we all know that it doesn't work that way. What we are doing is actually teaching you something that can work for you for long term. So that's what I like about Adam as well. He might not tell about that, but I know it, so I cannot tell it. So yeah, so while as he mentioned earlier, he focused more on YouTube. This is his main specific like mastery or something. So let me just ask you, Adam, why YouTube? There's a lot of emerging new platforms nowadays. As we all know, there's this TikTok, which is making a lot of noise nowadays as well. And there's also, of course, we know that Facebook has its own video platform as well. And I admit that from time to time, I also use Facebook video a lot, although I also use YouTube. And there's also before there were also there's also this Instagram, and there were also Snapchat and all that. So why YouTube compared to all these things?
Well, I do use some of those things that you mentioned. I do run Facebook video ads, and I've helped people build up some huge Facebook fan pages through simple Facebook video ads. And I think Facebook video is really cool. I also use Pinterest and I use Twitter. I don't do that much on Instagram myself. My kids love TikTok, but I just don't get that. I mean, it's It just 15-second videos of people being crazy, and it's kind of funny sometimes. But I think also there are so many options that if you just try to do YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest and TikTok, each platform has a different way of doing things. You've got to set it all up differently, interconnect stuff, and it's confusing. And there are only so many hours in the day. And to me, Facebook, for example, to me, Facebook is maybe my number 2 after YouTube. And I know they're the 2 biggest famous platforms. But with Facebook, you can upload a video directly to your Facebook fan page, whatever. And if you don't have a huge following, you need to run Facebook video ads in order for people to see your video. And so you're basically hunting people, for want of a better term, to kind of try and put your video on their newsfeed while they're scrolling down. Whereas with YouTube, yes, you can run YouTube ads, and I do it and I recommend it. You basically become the hunted. YouTube, as everybody knows, is the world's 2nd biggest search engine. It's owned by Google. It's not going anywhere. It's been around for a long time. It's not going to disappear. It's, you know, it's not a fad. And you become the hunted. People come to YouTube for 2 main reasons. They want to be entertained, or they want to learn something because they've got a problem. And for me personally, if I don't know how to do something, or if I've got a problem, I'll go to Google or YouTube and I'll type in how to do this or how to fix this. And if I get a bunch of results on Google, I'll generally go to a video first because I'm quite a visual person and I like to see someone demonstrate how to do it, and I can just copy that. If it's on YouTube, of course, they're all videos. But I think you become the hunted. If people are typing something in, they clearly have a problem, how to do something, how to fix something. Or if they want to buy something and they're typing in a buyer keyword, product name review, where do I buy this? Does product name work?
Yeah.
They're looking for you. So if you know how to get your content in front of them, it's very different. With Facebook, it's interruption marketing, whereas with YouTube, you become the hunted. And it's much easier, in my opinion, to convert these people because they've proven they're interested or they want to know something. You've just got to basically get your content in front of them and make sure you deliver on your promise. And if you can do that, then you've won most of the battle already.
Yeah. And I can also agree with that with experience. I myself released a course about video ads, and it worked for me. Whenever I run video ads, of course, I can get my video in front of people instantly. But after my ads, after the range of my ads, I mean, after I finish the ads, I no longer get traffic. Like YouTube, wherein the videos that I posted like 5 years ago are still there, and I'm still getting views and traffic from them. And sometimes I'm surprised that, oh, I got this sale. Where did this come from? And I realized that it actually came from my video review on YouTube. So that's a good thing about YouTube compared to these other platforms. And like Adam said, YouTube will not go anywhere. It's already there for more than 10 years, I guess, already. And it will be there for, I think, for a longer, more time compared to other platforms out there.
And there are so many different potential niches on YouTube. I mean, there are so many like unusual, weird, embarrassing, crazy niches that you can potentially get into. I remember the first video that I made that got a lot of traffic. It was on a really, really boring topic. And it's something that you can't do now, but I wanted to basically have a link inside of my YouTube video that people could click. It was called an annotation back then. And then they could click it and it would redirect to a website that I didn't own. So they could click it and then go directly to my Amazon affiliate link and you would have to do a thing inside of your WordPress dashboard to be able to do this. And it's a really boring topic, but I made a video on this and just showed people how to do it. And suddenly it got, 200,000 views. And you can't do it now, so it doesn't get much traffic anymore. But suddenly this video on a very boring, uninteresting topic was getting all of this traffic, and people were giving me thumbs up and subscribing. And because of that, some of these people are still subscribed to my channel, and then they join my Facebook group and buy my products and watch other videos of mine. So it doesn't have to be on a super huge niche. It can be on a really random or unusual topic, and sometimes things that you don't expect will explode.
That's good. That's good. So, okay, let me now proceed to the next big question that I know a lot of subscribers are asking. This is regarding optimizing videos or doing video SEO already. Because I myself in the past, I remember when I was still learning how to do video SEO, I was focusing more on my specific video. I learned from other gurus out there that okay, you need to optimize your video internally. You add a lot of backlinks, especially back in the day. We purchase a lot of backlinks and wait for it to magically rank, and that was working back then. But of course, it may not work that much today already. But I learned from you that aside from optimizing your video itself, you also need to optimize your channel. So can you explain more on why do we need to optimize our channel as well,
Yeah.
aside from our YouTube
So
videos?
think of it like a website. If you wanted to go and buy a new website, the first thing you would do, you would buy the domain, and then you might install, for example, you might install WordPress. There may be other things you would use, but you might install WordPress on your domain. That domain is not suddenly going to rank #1 because you need to optimize your domain. So for example, your website, you would need to put a security certificate on your website. You would need to make sure it has a nice theme, that it's got decent content on there, that it's got the keywords that you're trying to rank for, inside of the actual website itself. It's mobile optimized, it loads quickly. All of these things that may sound a bit technical for a website, you need to get that structure set up first. So as you mentioned, I live in Japan. Back in 2011, we had one of the biggest earthquakes ever to hit the world, and there was a huge tsunami that came in. But when the earthquake hit, despite the fact that it was one of the biggest earthquakes ever recorded, most of the houses still stood because they got solid foundations. They were built the right way. And I kind of liken that to a YouTube channel. You've got to get the foundations set up so that your channel is solid. Just doing that, of course, you still need to put videos on that, and you need to be consistent, and you need to optimize your videos, but your channel is like a website and it's like a house. The structure needs to be solid. And there are different ways of doing it for a YouTube channel than for a website and for a Facebook group. And I don't think anybody watching this call, you would not buy a domain and do nothing with it and expect it to rank. You wouldn't buy a domain, put one article on there and cross your fingers. You would have to go through a course if you didn't know how to do it. You'd have to set it up correctly, optimize it, and then be patient and wait for Google to pick it up and index it. And then you would add content to it on a regular basis. And over time, if you've done it correctly, it would rank. And a YouTube channel is the same. Yes, setting it up is not so difficult. You can get a Gmail account and get a YouTube channel, and then you've got to verify it. But there are different boxes you've got to check. There are different ways you've got to set things up so that it's optimized for your particular industry or niche, so that when you start adding videos about that related content, you've got a better chance of your channel being picked up. You've got the structure there in the first place. And it's what a lot of people don't teach, that because so many people just want the instant push button profits. They don't want to do the setup and structure because it's not exciting. It's not sexy, but it's important and it's got to be done. You've got to set up your channel the right way before you can then add content and then expect to grow.
Thanks, Adam. So for those of you who are watching this, this is some important thing that we need to note these days. I know that for most of us, like for me in the past, we are focusing only on our YouTube video itself. And of course, that's good. But if we want our videos to go for long term, we also need to focus on our channel. So that's something important. So let me just give this follow-up question. How important it is to make your channel look good, because I know that, of course,
I think it's important. People shouldn't stress about it. I'm not a graphics person. I mean, I don't have any graphic skill whatsoever. I'm the worst graphics guy in the world, but I paid somebody $5, $10 and they made me a YouTube channel art. It's really important because it's first impression. It doesn't have to be the best in the world, but it's got to be better than using the free stuff that YouTube gives you. Because when somebody comes to your website for the first time, your Facebook page for the first time, your YouTube channel, and people do visit your YouTube channel quite a lot, you'll be surprised when you look into your analytics. The first thing they see is the stuff they're presented with. They see the channel art, they see maybe the links, they see the videos with their thumbnails, they see your avatar pic sometimes. And if you've made no effort to do anything and it's just a stock photo of a beach that YouTube provides, which is not related to your topic, and also it's branding, it brands you. People will get, if you are the brand, you should be there. If you're not the brand, your logo should be there and there should be information, and it branding is such an important thing. You know, there are so many logos and brands that we automatically recognize because we've seen them, you know, every day of our life. You see the golden arches, you know it's McDonald's. It's not the most amazing logo in the world, but it's instantly recognizable. You know the Nike swoosh, you know the Toyota logo or the Audi for circles. It's little things like that that's important. And these big companies spend a lot of time and effort in branding and logos and all that stuff. And I think for a YouTube channel, it should be important, and it should go across your other networks too. If you're in other places, if you're in Facebook and you've got a website, you can use the same logo, same coloring, same branding, so there's congruency. But I think it is important, but you don't have to panic if you can't do graphics, because I can't. And it's very, very cheap to outsource it to somebody that can do it well.
Yeah. And yeah, I just want to add to that, especially nowadays that, you know, competition is really tough, you know, and we'll know this from experience when we are searching something on YouTube. Let's say for me, I want to learn something like how to paint a wall, something like that. And of course, if there will be some results, and if I find a channel that's not branded, I might just go away right away and find something that is more, you know, more professional looking, especially for me, because I'm a visual person and I usually look at those things. So it's really, like Adam said, it's really important to, you know, make our branding good. It doesn't have to be like the best in the world, but as long as there's some branding right there that represents you, that's really good. So
And it will, and sorry, just to interrupt, but it will also, you can also change this, and it can get better over time. I mean, I've changed my personal branding several times.
Yeah, right. Me too.
If you look at big companies throughout history, their logos have changed and they've evolved.
Yeah.
So it's not something that you've got to keep forever. You can grow and improve on it as time goes on.
Right. Speaking of which, even I myself, I just actually changed my YouTube channel art, made it different. So, you know, you can always change your branding. And so when you're still starting out, it doesn't have to be like the best already. Just add something there that represents your brand, and you can start from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, speaking of which, of course, we have a lot of questions about how to optimize our channel, how to make it look good and all that. And I hope we can talk about all these things in this video, but of course that's impossible. So instead of doing that, let me just ask Adam to introduce his program about this, because he has this upcoming program called YouTube Channel Mastery. And I went over that myself, and it's really amazing, but I want him to introduce it himself so that he can discuss better, and maybe I can add later on what the things are, what are the things you can find inside this program. So
sure,
Adam, you can now share your screen, and maybe
let me just see if people can see my screen.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Is that fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, a little while ago, I sent a survey out to my audience, and I asked people, what would you like to learn when it comes to video marketing and YouTube specifically? And I was surprised. I thought people would be, I want to learn YouTube ads. I want to learn how to rank videos. But people said, I want to learn how to properly research, set up, and optimize my YouTube channel. Okay. So this basically came about because I asked people what they wanted. Unfortunately, as you know, like Facebook, like Google, interfaces change and things change. So I made an original version several years ago, but the theory still works, but you know, the how to do it and where things are located has completely changed since then. So this is a new course that I've got coming out called YouTube Channel Mastery, and I've called it Reloaded. And this is basically an A to Z of creating a YouTube channel from scratch, from researching your niche and making sure that you're clear on what it is you want to get into, because a lot of people will choose a niche purely because they think they can make money from it. And you do need to be able to make money from it long term, but if you've got no interest, passion, experience, you're going to get bored with the topic fairly quickly. Right. So we look about how to research a niche, then we look at how to set up the channel, and we go through all of the different features from the basic stuff through to the advanced settings. And then we, in fact, if I click on this little thing here, maybe I can show a few people. So I basically set it up with a little welcome thing here. Then we have build the idea, which is the research phase. Then we have the structure, which is the nuts and bolts of setting up and optimizing your channel. And even if you've got a channel already, you don't have to forget about it and make a new one. You can just go through and make sure that you've optimized it fully, that you optimize it for SEO, but you also optimize it for sales and conversions as well. We then go through analytics, how to understand the data, because as you've optimized your channel and you start uploading content, you really need to go in and understand the data so that you can make better choices moving forward. We talk about the brand as well, how to grow your brand. Then I've got a few other extra things, such as different tools people can use and some bonus content as well. So if you want me to open up any of these or elaborate on any of these, I can. But this is the kind of the main course in itself. Is there anything you'd like me to talk about in here or show you? Or
Yeah, maybe you can, you don't have to open everything. Maybe just show a bit of them, and maybe
okay, so let's click on the module 1 first, build an idea. And basically we talk about niche research, and we get quite heavy into niche research in here, and how to, I've got actually got a blog post on this whole thing, but we get quite heavy into niche research, different websites you can use, how to draw on your experience. A lot of people think they need to be the world's leading expert in something before they can, teach something. And the mindset that I have is you have to just be slightly better than your target audience. So for example, you may be a keen golfer. Doesn't mean that you're going to be training people that want to, potentially become professional golfers. You're just helping people that are a slightly better level than you. Yeah. But when it comes to video, you also want to look at what's currently online right now. I live in Japan and I like camping, but because I live in Japan and I live in an urban environment, it's not easy for me to get into a wide open space and demonstrate pitching a 10 or different camping equipment. Whereas if I lived in maybe the US or Australia, where people have much more open space, they've got huge gardens and stuff, it may be a lot easier for these people. So looking at the kind of channels that are out there already, and even if you're interested in a topic, do you have the ability to make videos on that particular topic? Right. A lot of niches, you don't need to be outside. You can share your screen, you can teach stuff. So it's really spending a lot of time delving deep into niche research. Then if we go into the building the brand, you can see there are different things here. This is more of the technical side. Mm-hmm. Where do I click? What do I do? What do I put here? What do I put here? We've got a lot of advanced settings where what kind of keywords you should put in, where you should put your keywords, how you should make your channel look professional. And throughout this whole thing, I'm actually setting up a real channel. Mm-hmm. That in maybe a month or two's time, I will be building out with a partner. It's going to be related to a specific software that we will have, which is actually going to be related in itself to YouTube ads. But my partner and I are going to build out this channel. So in this course, I've set up the structure of that. And then a couple of months, we'll actually go through and start adding content. So you can see here, we've got also, I'll show you a roadmap as well. Yeah. I'll open this up. This is a kind of graphical representation of a lot of the process that you need to go through. Mm-hmm. So it starts with research and then branding and setting it up, all the little small details. Then it goes through to analytics, videos, and then it ends up with, of course, if you really want to speed things up, you can delve into YouTube ads to speed up the growth of your channel. But if you don't want to do that, you can focus on video content and having people, subscribe organically. But I think maybe this kind of roadmap demonstrates a lot of the stuff that's taught in the course in a graphical way.
Yeah, so for the roadmap, that's basically the things that you will learn inside this program, which is just amazing. And I just want to add about the niche research that Adam talked about earlier. And I know that this is not something that sounds sexy or exciting or something for like what others are doing, but I can tell you that this is really important, because you don't want to build a YouTube channel that, you put a lot of work, you put a lot of effort in building videos and all that, only to find out that along the way you're not passionate about it and it will not work for you. So this alone is actually really important. And so as for me, this alone is really worth it. These two videos alone is really important within the program. And so how much more the other things that you will learn from this.
What I would like to say to people who are listening is a couple of things. Number one is a lot of it is a mindset. Don't compare yourself to people that have been doing this for 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you'll go onto YouTube and you'll see huge channels with massive audiences, mm-hmm. and they make some of the most amazing videos, but they've been doing it for years. They're successful. They've got a team. Don't compare yourself to those people.
Yeah.
because not everybody will actually resonate with them. A lot of my audience come from Europe and Australia. I think part of that's because I'm from the UK. The UK and the Australians, we have kind of a very similar sense of humor as well. So there are people that will resonate with you that won't resonate with other people, and vice versa.
Right.
Don't put too much pressure on the quality of your videos at first. They will get better. Some of these huge channels, their first videos were really bad, but they didn't let that worry them. You're consistent. And also, for me, on a personal level, for me, when somebody watches my YouTube videos, my kind of goal is to get them off of YouTube and onto my email list or into my Facebook group. Whereas I'm not personally trying to be a YouTuber. I don't want to be a celebrity or famous or anything like that. So there was an Instagram influencer that had 2 million followers and she couldn't sell 32 t-shirts. So don't think that you have to be massive and have a huge following to be successful. You can't take subscribers to the bank. You can't take views to the bank. You can't cash them in. People do sometimes have the mindset that it's only these massive, huge channels that are successful, and that's not the case.
Right, right. So as you can see, what Adam is showing here is not something that is overly hyped. Like I said earlier, it's not some ninja tricks or sexy thing that excites you, but these are things that will work for you for long term. So you better pay attention to this. So I guess that's a good overview of the YouTube channel mastery, which is actually the front end of his program. And I guess you also have some upsells. Maybe you want to talk about them as well.
Let me see if I can just kind of give you a bit of an idea. So this is the main product, YouTube Channel Mastery Reloaded. I don't like having big, long funnels, so I've only got two upgrades, and there are no down sells or cross sells or any other kind of sell. The first one is called Playlist Mastery. So this is a way of organizing your videos for better viewer experience and for more rankings as well. And this is gonna, if you understand what playlists are, how to set them up and how to optimize them, it's also going to make your channel appear more professional. It's going to get you more views in the long term, and you can rank playlists as well. This is actually cheaper than the front end. So if you buy this, it's not going to be something more expensive. It's actually $10 cheaper than this. And this is very congruent to this product. The second and final upgrade, and these are all optional, is called Discovery Mastery. And this is this is all about YouTube advertising, and specifically YouTube discovery ads, which are the easiest ads to get started with. And I take you through everything. I show you inside of my Google Ads interface. I actually take out a real ad, and then we come back 1 day, 2 days, 3 days later. We look at the data and we make decisions and we optimize the campaign. So it's a real campaign. It's not something that's pretend. And these are great also because if you can take these out successfully, you get people to see your content that maybe wouldn't see your videos if your videos aren't ranking, and you can get subscribers and grow much more quickly. And in order for you to get your YouTube channel enabled for monetization, which doesn't matter if you can't, but if you want that, you need to have 4,000 hours of watch time over a calendar year and 1,000 subscribers. And discovery ads are just a quick way of getting there, basically, because you are going to get the views and you are going to get subscribers much more quickly. But of course, you're paying for this because it's paid ads. But this is a great way to learn the basics of YouTube ads. And if for those of you who don't know what discovery ads are, it's when you go to YouTube and you search for something, you see a video at the top above the organic rankings. That is a discovery ad. And if you're watching a video in the right-hand column, you sometimes see ads at the top of the right-hand column. That's also a discovery ad. They're not the commercial videos that appear before the videos that you are trying to watch. Those are called in-stream ads, and they are a completely different beast. You need to have a specific video for those kind of ads, and YouTube can be a lot pickier when approving those ads. With discovery ads, they're very lenient and they're easy, but also by using these ads, you're learning Google Ads as well. You're learning the interface so that in the future, if you wanted to upgrade to in-stream ads, you will be very, very familiar with how the interface works.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. So as you can see, of course, these upsells are optional, as Adam said. But if you have a little budget that you can spend, I really highly recommend that you check this out, especially the discovery ads. I myself am not so good with running ads on YouTube, but seeing this, I'm getting excited to check it out because as you may know, if you are actually optimizing your videos, you have to pay for some tools anyway. You have to, spend something on how to, to optimize your YouTube videos and channels. So why not spend a little on ads? And it's like a shortcut to ranking, as Adam said. I when they search something about your video and it will rank on top, then just like an instant video SEO, right? So I highly
Yeah.
recommend. Yeah.
And a lot of some keywords, when you're new as well, some keywords are just going to be too hard for you to rank for. You won't have
Right.
the authority, and there'll just be too much competition. But you can still make a video on that topic and then just get your video on top by paying for it to be there.
Yeah. So it's a shortcut to ranking on top of YouTube.
Yeah, basically.
So yeah, I highly recommend that you check out these app sales as well. I'm sure that they are really good, and I did not yet go over this myself, but I'm sure that they are also really good, like what Adam is showing in most of in all of his programs actually. And so I highly recommend that you check this out. But again, if you're still not ready to check out the app sales, that's totally fine as well. Of course, the YouTube channel mastery can really show you a lot of things on how to become successful in optimizing your YouTube channel and doing all those optimizations to give you long-term success for your channel. So are there some things that you want to add in your program, Adam?
Yeah, a couple of things like if people are watching this, I'm sure people have bought products before and there's countdown timers and fake scarcity and this will never be offered again. I've got a timer on my page, and anybody that knows me, that when the timer runs out, the price will go up.
Right.
It's not fake. However, what people can do is if they decide that they want to purchase, for example, this one and the first upsell, but they don't want to purchase this upsell, when they kind of log in, there will be the option to get this at any point that they want in the future. So it will still be there. There will be no kind of like fake scarcity or any of that stuff. So they haven't got to worry about that. I've got a support desk that people can connect with me if they have any questions. I always help people out. I've got my own Facebook group as well, and I have my own video marketing membership site as well. But people can always get in touch with me and ask me questions. I generally don't promote a lot of stuff because there's not much good stuff to promote. So people don't have to worry that I'm going to be emailing them every day with a new product every single day if they buy.
Right.
Yeah, like when it comes to, if anybody has any questions about ranking videos or anything, please ask on this call. I don't know if you've got any questions in the group or not, but I'm more than happy to answer any questions that people have.
Yeah, and just to add to that, once you grab one of Adam's programs, you will be entering his tribe, which I'm a member as well. Maybe some of you know his group called Beers with Adam. Sorry, I don't have beers right now, but maybe some of you.
That's down there, and yeah, I haven't got a beer. It's too early for me. But
yeah, so once you join this program, I'm sure he will invite you to join his group, and you will be able to see what Adam does. He sometimes he rips off others' products that are overly hyped, and he will give you an honest review of all those things. And I enjoy watching those videos as well. And so it's once you enter into his tribe, you will be safe because, like I said, he's an honest guy, and he will show you what works and what doesn't work. And sometimes he swears, but of course that's
quite a lot.
He said that he will not do it this time, but of course that's just his honesty and in telling you what it really is concerning other products. So I highly recommend that you check out this program that he has right now. And if you do, like I always do, I give you, of course, exclusive bonuses. And so let me just show those bonuses that you will have from me if you will purchase this product from me.
Should I stop sharing? I will stop sharing my screen.
Okay. Can you? Yeah. Okay. So let me also share my screen right here. Just give me a few seconds. So okay. Okay. So can you see my screen now? Yep. So these are my bonuses when you get through my link, which by the way, I will add in the comment section of the live video later on. If you will be watching the replay, I will soon give you a link to my blog post, which I will still set up in a while. But these are the bonuses that you will have from me once you grab YouTube channel mastery. So YouTube Mastery is, of course, for getting traffic using videos on YouTube. But on my part, because I'm more of the video creator guy. Adam is a YouTube SEO guy and ads guy, but I'm more of a video creator guy, and so that's what you can get from me. My first bonus is called the VidCraft. This is something that I actually released to a few of you a few years ago, but I was not able to update it yet. But I'm on the way to update this and probably release it soon to public. And this is an entire video creation program on how to, create videos that work for marketers. So you will learn a lot of things from me on how to create more professional looking videos. I'm not saying it has to be a Hollywood style videos, but just professional, simple videos that really work for marketers. So I discuss a lot of things in this program, and so you will get this for free if you will get YouTube channel mastery. And I also added a few more. Bonus number 2 is my list of high paying clients, because I know that for some of you, you're using this to provide services to clients. And here I have a list of high paying clients that you can consider, so that you can, of course, make more money from your services. And finally, I also have some overlay animated shapes that you can probably add on your videos to make them look better. And of course, they are optional ways to create videos. But if you want your videos to pop up a little more, and if you want to add some cool looking graphics aside from your talking head or your screen capture videos or something, you can also grab this as additional bonuses if you will grab YouTube channel mastery from me. So yep. Can we, so when will this program open, Adam?
This is going to open on June the 18th, but it's going to be at 10 a.m. Japan time, which probably confuses everybody. Yeah. So Japan is 8 hours ahead GMT, so it's +8 GMT, and Japan is +13 EST. Mm-hmm. So it's probably still confused everybody, but it's so it opens at 10 o'clock in the morning Japan time on June the 18th. And there will be 1 week where you'll see the timer on there. It will count down. Once the timer's gone, then the price will just increase. You can still buy it, but the price will increase. So there is a whole week, but I do keep to my word. So if you're just miss out, there's not much I can do. I won't suddenly put the price back, because it wouldn't be fair, because there's a week's notice. So I think if it's 10 a.m., that will be 9 p.m. EST.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
10 a.m. Japan time. So again, confusing, but I'm in Japan, and if I try and look, I've tried to launch EST and GMT, and it means I'm up at 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning, and I've got two kids, so I can't do it. I'm getting too old.
Yeah. Anyway, don't worry, guys. I will always give you some emails on when the launch will be open. But like Adam said, I highly recommend this program because when you consider the pricing, I know that today we are in this crisis situation, but I can tell you that your investment here is really worth it. And compared to the value that you will learn from here, the amount that you will pay is actually nothing compared to the ROI that you will get if you will apply the things that you will learn. And I can say that from experience. I myself learned a lot of things from Adam that I applied in my YouTube videos, and it's helping me in long term. Like I said earlier, there were some videos that I posted like 5 years ago, and I already completely forgot about them. But surprisingly, until now, they are actually giving me some results. And so, don't think about the money that you will pay. Like I said, it will give you more return in the long run. So I highly recommend that you grab this right now. And I will soon give you emails and give you some notifications in our Facebook group once this officially opens. And I will also give you emails once it nearly closes, so that you will be notified, because like Adam said, if he will say that it will be closing at this point in time, it will surely close at this point in time. So you have to really grab this before the special launching will close, so that you will grab the program at the lowest price possible. So anything else that you can say, Adam, before we close this call?
Yeah, we mentioned things about like ranking and YouTube videos earlier in the call. So I think there's a lot of myths or false information when it comes to this stuff. So I'll give a few like bonus tips before we kind of finish. When you make a video and you upload it to YouTube, yes, you have to optimize your video. We call this on page. So you've got to basically put your keywords in certain places naturally, so that Google and YouTube know what your video is about. However, generally speaking, YouTube will reward new content by ranking it relatively high. Not every single time, but most of the time. So a lot of courses I've seen, people will say, look how I've ranked in 3 minutes or in 2 minutes or in 1 hour.
Yeah.
And that's false information, because anybody can do that. That's actually easy. What's difficult is keeping it there. So when you've uploaded, optimize your video. When you've uploaded your video and you're ranking relatively highly, that's nice, but it's basically YouTube's way of saying, here's some new content about this topic. What do you think? We're ranking it highly so that people can see it. Then of course, people are going to click on your video, hopefully watch it. If the video is decent, they might like your video, subscribe, and that's all. These things are going to help your video rank longer term. But you want to put a lot of effort into your YouTube thumbnail, which is the image that you see when you search for a keyword and you see the results. The image that you see, your thumbnail and your title are the things that people are going to be drawn towards. So those are the things that you want to put a lot of effort into. You do not need any backlinks for YouTube. 0 backlinks are needed, 0 embeds, nothing. What YouTube wants to basically see is what's called click-through rate. So somebody comes to YouTube, they type in a keyword, they're presented with all of these different options. Which video do they click on? The video that gets the most clicks is the video that is going to basically rank higher when the algorithm updates. But of course, if people click and it's clickbait and it's not, then of course they're going to leave the video really quickly, and that's a negative signal. If they like and they comment, they subscribe, that's a positive signal. But those are the things that help a video rank on YouTube, not on Google, but on YouTube. So focus on that stuff, and make your thumbnail nice, your title good, optimize your video, and make sure your video does deliver on the promise. There are other things as well that you'll need to learn and practice over time, but those are the important things. And if a product tells you that, look how I've ranked in 3 seconds, don't trust it, basically.
Yeah, I saw those products in the past, and I just ignored them. And as Adam said, they might work for just a while, and then it will not last forever. So thanks, Adam, for giving us a few tips. And as you can see in this call alone, we are already learning a lot of things about YouTube video SEO. So how much more with the programs that Adam is providing. So of course, I hope we can show you everything in this call, but of course that's completely impossible. So I highly recommend that you grab his program as soon as you can, so that you will learn all these stuffs and apply them right away. And so for those of you who are in this call right now, later on, I will add the links below the comment section. But if you will be watching the replay, you will soon get the link inside our Facebook group. And if you're subscribed to me, I will also send you emails notifying you about this program. And like I said, I highly recommend. This is Adam's stuff, and I highly recommend them 100% compared to other programs out there. So this is a great chance for us to leverage YouTube and use this platform, this place, for us to have some long-term success for our business. I know that we are in a hard situation right now, so this is our chance to, provide something for our family, not in a hype and light or whatever that others are doing, but something that can really help us in a genuine way for us to provide well for our family. I know that, like I said, we are in this situation, so I'm pretty sure that what we will learn here will help us along the way, and not just during this time, but even in the long run. So some final words, Adam, before we close?
Yeah, just if anybody does decide to check out YouTube Channel Mastery, be sure to get it through Cham's link. And also his bonuses seem really good, because the bonuses obviously are things that I'm not an expert at when it comes to making the videos look amazing. So there's a lot of congruency there. And yeah, just go through, if you do buy it, just go through the course. Make sure you actually go through it. Don't be one of these people that buys it and thinks, oh, I'll look at it tomorrow, and then you buy another one and nothing. Go through the course, apply it, work at your pace. If you have any questions, just ask me via support and I'll answer. If you have any technical stuff, for example, I'm always there to help. But yeah, just make sure that you go through it, and then once you've got your channel set up, you've got your structure, you can then move on to start uploading some content. And like you said, it's something that's going to work in the long term. It's not hypey, and if you're focused on whatever niche you decide to choose on, if you're focused on helping a specific group of people, they will come to you, and over time they'll become part of your audience as well.
Wow. So thanks a lot, Adam. Thank you for joining me in this call, and
Thank
thank you
you.
for sharing your knowledge about YouTube. And I really look forward to working more with you, and I really look forward to bringing you people who will learn a lot from you, from your program. So I hope that we will do more of this in the future, and we might do a lot of live calls together and show to this to yeah, show a lot of things about video marketing, and we'll be able to help a lot of people in using videos to grow their business, and basically help a lot of people as well. So again, thanks a lot, and I hope you
Thank
have
you.
nice days there in Japan, and I'll be chatting with you, I'll be communicating with you, and I look forward to seeing a lot of people enrolling in your program as well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me on.
Okay, so thanks everyone. So for those of you who are with me live, just check out the link that I will post in the comment section later on. Or for those of you who will be watching the replay, just check out those links as well. So yep, so that's it in this call. And thanks a lot for watching this video. And we look forward to helping you more soon in the future. So bye, Adam. Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you.
Take care.